Good morning friends. Today we are starting with Pert Cpm. What do you mean by Pert? Is project evaluation review technique. Now what do you mean by project? You take any work or any group of works, group of activities that you have to complete in limited time. The whole as one is known as a project. Say for example, construction of a building. So there are so many stages. First of all, you have to acquire raw material, space, then you have to acquire contractor, hire the contractor, give the work and start the work, give the base and then start the construction. This whole work together becomes the network. Each of the activity, if you pass through, then it becomes event. So there is a difference between activity and event. What is activity? Activity, that is you are carrying any work. And what is event? That is a result of the activity. So this is the raw material process and this is end product. When you are carrying any activity, it is called this activity is going on. And when activity is completed, it is known as the event, that this event has been occurred. When there are so many big projects, we always divide it in small categories, in small individual parts. For example, this is a road. For construction of a road, first of all, the government will endorse the tenders, ask for the tenders, then selection of the tender, then give the tender to anyone contractor. After that, the contractor will begin his work. What he will start? First of all, he will acquire the material, acquire the labor, then machines, and then he will start the construction. Even for construction or building of the road, he will require so many stages. First of all, this is damar, kapchi, and all the process, all the material he have to go through all the processes. So these all small activities, they are known as the events. For this all event, he has to pass through some activity. Each activity is depend on the previous activity. And when these all activities, these events are shown as the diagram, it is known as the network. So how this will work? How we show these events, these activities, and how we construct the network. Event is denoted by circle in the network. This circle is known as the events. And what will be the activity? That will show as an arrow. So this is ith event, this is jth event, and activity between these two events is going on. It is known as activity ij. So for this network, we'll compress these all events in the one diagram, and we show all these activities, and we make the diagram. In diagram, there are some rules that every activity will go from left to right. No activity will go backward, every activity will be forward. Now each activity has its own duration and its own time and cost. So for this, we want to know that what will be the total project cost. And for this, we'll divide all the project in small activities. We take this cost, this duration, and try to minimize this duration and also cost, so that our project completes in minimum cost and we get maximum revenue. So for this, the activity duration we will know and also the cost we will know. And from that given data, we'll construct the diagrams and also minimize the cost. So first of all, we are starting first example, how to construct diagram, that I will show you. Our first question is, a project schedule has the following characteristics. They have given activities and their time, and we have to construct the diagram. Now for diagram, there is always starting point and ending point. And in any diagram or any network, there cannot be two starting points and two ending points. If there are two ending points, there might be some error, or we have to join them by a dummy activity. Now what is dummy activity? Dummy activity means any activity that is not real. Means one activity that we have to not carry, but for diagram we have to show that this activity is going on. So for that, say for example, your exam preparation. You have 8 subjects. You have to complete all the subjects. You have made a schedule that 2 hours for DT, 2 hours for costing, 2 hours for account. Every day you are doing this. But what will be your critical subject? So major subject is the DT, which is so long, so lengthy subject. So your completion of DT, that is the crucial, that how to complete the DT subject in limited time. So that will be your critical activity that complete the DT. All other subjects simultaneously will be completed. So when it is always it will not depend on the previous subject that you have completed over, then and then you will start this, or you have made the schedule. First of all, I will complete costing, and simultaneously I will take DT. And when costing completes, I will take account, DT again going on. So these all are activities. And when one subject is over, you can say that my subject is over, that is one event has been occurred. So for this, when one account subject is over or one costing subject is over, you are taking another subject. So this shows your activities, that after first activity is completed, you are going to start other activity. So now let us begin with the first example. Our first activity is 1 to 2. So how to show this? So this is activity 1, this is activity 2, and we are showing this activity is going on. The next is 1 to 3. So again, there is always one starting point, and this is first activity. So we'll make here 1 to 3. Let us say third activity is here. It can be downward or upwards, anywhere, but it cannot be backward, always it will be forwarded. Now again, next activity is 2 to 4. So here our number 2. So where we will make our activity 4? So this will be activity 4, 2 to 4. The next is 3 to 4. So here we have activity 3, here we have activity 4. So we have to just join these two activities, or we have to make one activity here. So this will again 3 to 4, but in a project or in a network, the same activity cannot be repeated. So we'll join only these two activities. Okay. Now 3 to 5. Here we have activity 3. We have to make activity 5. So this will be 3 to 5. Now 4 to 9. Here we have activity 4. So we'll make activity 9. So activity will begin from 4 and end on 9. Then 5 to 6. So we have here activity 5. We'll make activity 6. Then 5 to 7. Now here we have activity 5. We can make activity 7 as here or here. So you are making it upper side. Now after 5 to 7 there is 6 to 8. We have activity 6 here, so we'll make 8. Then 7 to 8. These two activities we have to join them. Now 8 to 10. We have activity 8 here, so we'll make activity 10. And last, they have given 9 to 10. If they have not given this activity 9 to 10, we have to join these two activities by a dummy activity, because in a project there can't be two exit points, that is not two ending events. So we have to join this activity. Here they have given 9 to 10, so we'll join by straight line. So this will become your project. I will draw it one more time with a small area, so you can get the idea how this network will go. One to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 5, 4 to 9, 5 to 6, 5 to 7, 6 to 8, 7 to 8, 8 to 10, and 9 to 10. So this will be our diagram. 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. There will be 10 events. We are showing these activities from left to right. Activities start from the left hand side, ending on the right hand side. So draw the diagram. Now we have also given the duration for these activities. We will show this duration on the activity. For our first activity 1 to 2, we have given time 4. Then 1 to 3, 1. 2 to 4, again 1. 3 to 4, again 1. 3 to 5, 6. 4 to 9, 5. 5 to 6, 4. 5 to 7, 8. 6 to 8 1, 7 to 8 2, 8 to 10 5, 9 to 10 7. Now from this duration we will find our critical path. Now what is critical path? Critical path, that is the longest duration that a project can take to complete this total event. Means we will calculate the total possible ways to complete this project, and we will also find the duration for that path. For all possible paths we have unique duration, and for which path our this project take maximum duration, it will known as our critical path. So we have to focus on that critical path to constrain our this resources and to complete the project in limited time or with limited amount, or maximize the profit. Now how many ways possible to complete this project? 1 to 2 to 4 to 9 to 10. So our first path is 1 2 4 9 10. Now second path, which can be possible? 1 to 3 to 5 to 7 to 8 to 10. Next possible path, 1 to 3 to 5 to 6 to 8 to 10. Next possible path, 1 to 3 to 4 to 9 to 10. So there is 4 possible paths. Can you find any other possible path for this sum to complete this project? No? So there will be only 4 possible paths. Now what will be the duration for this path? So our first path, 1 to 4, 1 to 2 to 4 to 9 to 10. We have to make addition of this time that is given to us. So 1 to 2 4, 2 to 4 1, 4 to 9 5, 9 to 10 7. So what will be the summation? 17. So our first path, it will take duration of 17. So what will be for second? 1 to 3 to 5 to 7 to 8 to 10. 1 to 3 1, 6, 6 plus 1 7, 5 to 7, that is 8. So 7 plus 8 15, 15 plus 2 17, 17 plus 5, that is 22. So this path will take 22 minutes. Now for third part, what will be the duration? 1 to 3 to 5 to 6 to 8 to 10. 1 plus 6 7 plus 4 11 plus 1 12 plus 5, that is 17. And for this last path, 1 to 3 to 4 to 9 to 10. 1 to 3 1, 1 2 plus 5 7 plus 7 14. So which part takes maximum duration? That is 22. This is our second path. So this path will be our critical path. We have to focus on this part or these activities of this part to constrain our project to minimum time and with greatest profit. So we'll show this path in the diagram as double line to show that it is our critical path. So this will be our critical path, and this is our critical path duration. So draw this. So completed with this. Now leave one page blank for the calculation of this sum that we will do later. First of all, we will understand how to make this network. So you are moving to our next question. Leave one page blank for the calculation of this sum. Our next sum is question number 3. An assembly is to be made from two parts, capital A and B. Both parts must be turned on a lathe and B must be polished, whereas A need not be polished. The sequence of activities together with their predecessors are given. Draw a network diagram for the project. Here they have given us the activities, which activity we have to complete, and after each activity, which activity we can start. Here they have not given the duration, but only for network we have given this sum. Now in first example, we have given directly the activity numbers, that is 1 to 2, also event numbers we can say, and in this we have given directly activity name. So how to construct diagram in this type of example? Now first of all, our activity is small a, this open work order V, and its predecessor activity is none. So first activity is our open work order. Then second, get material for A, its predecessor activity is small a. So after first activity completed, this second activity can start. Third activity is get material for B, again predecessor activity is A. So after first activity is completed, we have two activities to start simultaneously. So how to show this in the network? So our first activity is small a. So this is activity A. After this activity completed, when this completed on this event, we have to start our two activities, that is small b and small c, that is acquiring of material for A and for B. So this will be activity B and activity C. Their predecessor is activity A. Now fourth activity is turn A on lathe and its predecessor activity is B. So our activity B was acquiring material for A, and now our activity D can start, that we have to put it on lathe. So this will be our activity D. Then turn B on lathe. For that we have to complete our activity B and C both. So these two activities we have to join. After that our activity E can start. See, a direct joining of these two activities is not possible. So we will introduce here a dummy activity. Now this dummy activity shows that B and C both are completing at this point, and then we can start our activity E. Here B is completing also here, but completing of event B is not joining with completing of event C. So event B can this can be completed earlier than C or later than C, but joining these two arrows shows that whatever may be the time for a completion of activity B or C, they both are completed at this point, and then we are starting our activity E. So here we are introducing this dummy activity, and dummy activity is always shown by dotted line. This here shown in the network. Now next activity is our F, that is polish B. That activity can start only after activity E is completed. So here activity E is completing, so we can start our activity F. Now next, assemble A and B. For that activity D and F both need to be completed. So now our activity D is completing here, F is completing here. So there can't be two separate points. We can merge these two here, because after this D and F both are completed, we are starting our activity G. Now if we are doing it here, there might be a question why we have not done it here, why we have not shown this activity D as here. For that I will explain you that for starting of activity E, we have condition that activity B and C both need to be completed. But if we join this activity D here, then at this point activity D and C both will be completed. So we have to we don't want to wait for activity D to complete for starting of activity E. That's why we have joined this with dotted line, that is dummy activity. It shows that when these two activities both are completed, immediately we are starting activity E. We are not waiting for completion of activity D. And samely here there is no any condition. After these both activities are completing, we are starting our activity G. So we can join these both activities at one point. And our last activity is activity H, that is packing. It will start only after activity G is completed. That is obvious. That is after assembling of capital A and B both product, we will pack it. So it will start from here. So after D and F completed, we are starting activity G, and after completion of activity G, we are starting our activity H. So there is one starting point and only one ending point. In between there is also one dummy activity. So draw this diagram. If you have any difficulty, I will explain it again. First of all, try to draw this diagram. Yes, I am explaining it one more time. Now, in the first example, we have given directly the event names, and we have given that this activity starting from event 1 and ending on event 2. Here we have given that event name, that is directly activity name, that activity A is starting, then activity B, activity C. We can also give the name to these events, that is event A starting from activity A starting from event 1 and ending on event 2. Then activity B is starting from event 2 and ending on event 3. Activity C starting from event 2 ending on event 4. Activity D is starting from event 3 ending on event 5. Activity E starting from event 4 ending on event 6. Activity F starting from event 6 ending from event 5. So here again conflict, because our network should flow from left to right. So 5 to 6 it is possible, but 6 to 5 not possible. So we'll take here this event name as event 5. And this as event 6. Then our event activity G will start from event 6 and on event 7. And same way activity H will start from event 7 and on event 8. So this diagram can be drawn in both the ways. You can give the event name or directly from the activities. Our first activity is shown that there is no any predecessor activity. So starting of activity A doesn't require any predecessor activity. This is our first activity. So we are starting from here A. Now for second activity, we are given predecessor of A. That is, for acquiring this material for A, first of all we have to order those materials. So activity B can start only after activity A has been completed. So after activity completing A, we are starting our activity B. Same condition for the C, that after activity A is completing, we can start our activity C. So up to second stage we have reached, that activity B and C are started. Now for activity D, they were given condition that it can only start after activity B is completed. So here activity B is completed, we are starting activity D. Now for activity E, we have given that activity B and C both should be completed, not single event. This both event has to be done at the time when we are starting our activity E. So अगर यहाँ पे हम देखते हैं कि अगर इवेंट डी खत्म हो जाती है, उसके बाद अगर हम इवेंट ई शुरू करेंगे तो हमारी कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई नहीं होगी. हमारी कंडीशन क्या है कि हमें एक्टिविटी बी एंड सी दोनों कंप्लीट हो जाए, उसके बाद ही एक्टिविटी ई चालू करनी है. और एक्टिविटी ई चालू करने के लिए हमें एक्टिविटी डी कंप्लीट होने का वेट नहीं करना है. यहाँ पे पॉसिबल है कि पहले एक्टिविटी बी खत्म हो जाए, बाद में सी कंप्लीट हो, या फिर पहले सी खत्म हो जाए, बाद में बी कंप्लीट हो. लेकिन ई के लिए कंडीशन क्या है, दोनों खत्म हो जानी चाहिए. सो यहाँ पे हम ये डमी एक्टिविटी इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं, जो दिखाता है कि इस पॉइंट पे आके दोनों एक्टिविटी खत्म हो गई है और उसके बाद ही हम ये एक्टिविटी शुरू कर रहे हैं. सो इसलिए यहाँ पे हमने ये डमी एक्टिविटी डाली है बीच में, क्योंकि अगर सी और बी दोनों एक पॉइंट पे तो साथ में नहीं आ सकते, दोनों अलग अलग इवेंट है और दोनों को साथ में लाना है, उसके बाद ही इवेंट ई शुरू करनी है. सो यहाँ पे हम ये ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. उसके बाद आता है इवेंट एफ. इवेंट एफ की कंडीशन क्या है कि इवेंट ई सिर्फ खत्म होनी चाहिए. यहाँ पे इवेंट ई खत्म हो गई और बाकी की जो भी कंडीशन है वो डीम कंडीशन हो जाती है. जैसे कि इवेंट ई खत्म होनी चाहिए वो कंडीशन है उसके लिए. सो इवेंट ई कब खत्म होगी, जब ये तीनों एक्टिविटी खत्म हो गई होगी, ए बी एंड सी, उसके बाद ही ई शुरू हो सकती है. और ई खत्म होने के बाद ही एफ शुरू हो सकती है। सो ये सब तो डीम कंडीशन हो गई, लेकिन ये कंडीशन इसके लिए मेन होगी कि इवेंट ई खत्म हो जाए। सो यहां से इवेंट एफ शुरू हो गया। अभी इवेंट जी के लिए हमारे पास कंडीशन है इवेंट डी एंड इवेंट एफ दोनों खत्म होनी चाहिए। यहां पे आके दोनों खत्म हो गई, दोनों एक साथ ही खत्म होती है, दोनों यहां पे ज्वाइंट हो सकती है। अगर ये दोनों यहां पे एक पॉइंट पे ज्वाइंट नहीं हो सकती थी तो फिर हमें यहाँ पे डमी इवेंट इंट्रोड्यूस करना पड़ता, डमी एक्टिविटी वहां पे हम डाल देते। लेकिन यहाँ पे ऐसी कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, हम डायरेक्टली ये ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। और नेटवर्क में जितना हो सके पॉसिबल हो तब तक डमी एक्टिविटी इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं करनी चाहिए। अनलेस एंड अनलेस इट इज रिक्वायर्ड वी हैव टू इंट्रोड्यूस ओनली डमी एक्टिविटी एंड वी हैव टू केप्ट द नंबर ऑफ डमी एक्टिविटीज एज पॉसिबल एज मिनिमम। सो यहाँ पे ज़रूरत नहीं है तो हमने डमी एक्टिविटी इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं की है। जी इवेंट खत्म होने के बाद एच इवेंट शुरू होती है, एच एक्टिविटी शुरू होती है। सो जी खत्म होने के बाद एच शुरू हो गई और एच खत्म होने पर हमारा प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट हो जाता है। सो ये पूरा हमारा नेटवर्क डायग्राम हो गया। अभी इसको टैली करना है कि हमने जो भी नेटवर्क ड्रॉ किया है वो सही है या नहीं। तो हम कैसे चेक करेंगे? फॉरवर्ड जाते हुए तो हमने देख लिया, उसी के ऊपर से हमने ड्रॉ किया है। अभी जो भी कंडीशन है उसके ऊपर से हम बैकवर्ड आएंगे और टैली करेंगे कि ये डायग्राम सही है या नहीं है। सबसे पहले देखेंगे इवेंट एच, दैट इज एक्टिविटी एच। एक्टिविटी एच होने के लिए कंडीशन क्या है? प्रेडिसेसर एक्टिविटीज जी। सो यहां पे हमें क्या देखना है? रिवर्स आने के टाइम हमें देखना है कि जो भी एक्टिविटी है हमारी एच एक्टिविटी, उसके ऊपर सिर्फ एक ही एक्टिविटी का एरो आना चाहिए। कौन सी एक्टिविटी? प्रेडिसेसर एक्टिविटी जी। सो उसका एक ही एरो आ रहा है यहाँ पे, इसके टेल के ऊपर एक ही एरो है जी का, तो ये करेक्ट है हमारा। उसके पहले की कंडीशन क्या है? जी एक्टिविटी स्टार्ट होने के लिए डी और एफ प्रेडिसेसर है, वो दोनों के एरो जी के ऊपर आने चाहिए जी एक्टिविटी स्टार्ट होने से पहले। तो यहाँ पे दो एरो आ गए जी से पहले, डी का और एफ का। सो एक्टिविटी जी भी हमारी सही है। उसके पहले की कंडीशन क्या है? एक्टिविटी एफ के लिए सिर्फ एक ही एरो चाहिए, इवेंट एक्टिविटी ई का। यहाँ पे एक ही एरो आता है ई का, तो ये भी सही हो गया। उससे पहले की कंडीशन क्या है? बी एंड सी दोनों कंप्लीट होनी चाहिए, मीन्स दो एरो चाहिए वहां पे ई के स्टार्ट होने से पहले। तो ये दो एरो आ गए, चाहे डमी एक्टिविटी का हो लेकिन एरो तो आ गया। दो एरो हो गए, उसके बाद ही शुरू होता है। फिर उसके पहले क्या है? इवेंट डी, उसके लिए बी का एक ही एरो चाहिए, डी के लिए एक ही एरो आ गया। उसके बाद का क्या है? इवेंट बी, दैट इज इवेंट सी, उसके लिए एक ही एरो चाहिए ए का, सी के लिए एक ही एरो आया। बी के लिए क्या चाहिए? एक ही एरो चाहिए ए का, अगेन बी के लिए एक ही एरो आता है। और ए के लिए क्या चाहिए? कुछ नहीं, कि वो स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट है, तो इसके ऊपर टेल के ऊपर एक भी एरो नहीं आएगा। सो ये हमारा कंफर्मेशन हो गया कि ये डायग्राम सही है। अभी प्रैक्टिस के लिए दूसरा एक एग्जांपल करते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 4। इसके अंदर हमें दोनों दिया गया है, इवेंट के नाम भी और एक्टिविटी के नाम भी। ड्रॉ द नेटवर्क फ्रॉम द फॉलोइंग एक्टिविटीज आफ्टर फाइंडिंग द एक्टिविटी रिलेशनशिप्स। सो यहाँ पे हमें सब दिया गया है, कौन सी एक्टिविटी है, कहाँ से कहाँ इवेंट जा रहा है, सब कुछ दिया गया है। अभी ये डायग्राम हम कैसे ड्रॉ करेंगे? सो पहली एक्टिविटी है ए, उसके लिए हमें दिया गया है कि स्टार्टिंग इवेंट है 1, एंडिंग इवेंट है 2। सो हमारी पहली एक्टिविटी ए स्टार्ट होती है इवेंट 1 से और खत्म होती है इवेंट 2 पे। उसके बाद है एक्टिविटी बी, इट इज स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम इवेंट 2 एंड एंडिंग ऑन इवेंट 3. Then activity C, it is starting from activity event 2 and ending on event 4. उसके बाद activity D, starting from event 2 ending on event 5. First of all, see here to draw the diagram, because आपको फिर इरेज करना होगा तो आपकी नोटबुक में नहीं होगा, मेरे लिए बोर्ड पे हो जाएगा. आफ्टर दैट एक्टिविटी ई, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम इवेंट 3 एंडिंग ऑन इवेंट 6. सो इवेंट 3 है हमारा ऊपर, वहां से इवेंट 6 पे जाएगा, एक्टिविटी होगी ई. उसके बाद एक्टिविटी एफ, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम इवेंट 4 एंडिंग ऑन इवेंट 7. देन एक्टिविटी जी, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम इवेंट 5 एंडिंग ऑन इवेंट 8. देन एच, starting from 6 ending on 7. This 6 completed on 7. Then 6 to 8, that is activity I. Now here we have activity 6, event 6, and here we have 8. यहाँ पे जो भी एक्टिविटी है वो दूसरी एक्टिविटी क्रॉस नहीं करेगी. So there can't be this type of draw. It is not allowed. So how can we make the diagram? You have to take this event 3 in the middle and this event 4 as upper side. Now we can draw that 6 to 7, that is activity H. Six to 8, that is activity I. Then activity J, 6 to 9. Then activity K, 7 to 10. So here we have 7. Then activity L, 8 to 11. Then activity M, 9 to 12. Then activity N, that is 10 to 12. Then activity O, that is 11 to 12. And final activity is P, that is 12 to 13. So this is our network diagram, that is activity A starting from event 1 ending on 2, activity B, C and D all three are starting from event 2, B is completing on 3, C is completing on 4, D is completing on 5. Then activity E starting from event 3 ending on event 6. Activity F starting from 4 ending on 7. Activity G starting from 5 ending on 8. Activity H starting from 6 ending on 7. Activity I starting from 6 ending on 8. J 6 to 9. K 7 to 10. L 8 to 11. M 9 to 12. N 10 to 12. O 11 to 12 and P 12 to 13. So draw the diagram. So now drawn the diagram. They have given also the duration in weeks. So we'll again find how many possible paths and what will be the critical path. So start how we'll find the critical path and tell me how many possible ways and which will be the critical. I am writing also on the board. So give me the critical path and its duration. So what will be the duration? For our first path, it will be 30 weeks. That is 1 to 2 to 3 to 6 to 9 to 12 to 13. 2 plus 4, 6 plus 14, 20 plus 10, 30. For second path, what will be the duration? 18 weeks. Third, again 18 weeks. Now fourth path, what will the duration? 31 weeks. And for this last fifth path, what will the duration? 34 weeks. So which one our critical path? 1 to 2 to 3 to 6 to 8 to 11 to 12 to 13. So we will show it in the figure as double line. So this will be our critical path, and time duration for critical path is 34 weeks. Now question number 6. So we have given these activities and duration. So our first activity 1 to 2. then 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 2 to 4, 2 to 5, 3 to 6, then 4 to 6, then 5 to 7. Now here if we draw 5 to 7, it will break this activity, so you have to rearrange this diagram. So this will be our diagram. This 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, then 2 to 4, 2 to 5, then 3 to 6, 4 to 6, 5 to 7, 6 to 7, then 6 to 8, 7 to 8, and 8 to 9. So your network may be look like this or may some other shape. Doesn't worry. Just आपका नेटवर्क इसी तरह से भी आ सकता है, उसका शेप इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, कैसा दिखता है वो इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. जो इंपॉर्टेंट है वो कोई भी एक्टिविटी दूसरी एक्टिविटी को ब्रेक नहीं करनी चाहिए और उसका फ्लो लेफ्ट टू राइट चलना चाहिए. जैसे यहाँ पे चल रहा है 1 से 2, 1 से 4, कोई भी एरो बैकवर्ड में नहीं आ रहा, सब आगे ही जा रहे हैं. इसका लुक कैसे भी हो, इससे अच्छा भी शेप आ सकता है या इससे भी खराब आ सकता है, उसके लिए आपको फिक्र करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. सो यहाँ पर हमें ये सब एक्टिविटीज़ दी गई है, उसके साथ उसके ड्यूरेशन भी दिए गए हैं. तो ये डायग्राम ड्रॉ करके उस पर ड्यूरेशन लिख के कितने पॉसिबल पाथ्स है वो पहले मुझे बताइए. सो यहाँ पे मैं पॉसिबल पाथ्स लिख रहा हूँ. अगर कोई पाथ मेरे से रह जाए तो मुझे बताना. Yes. So there will be 7 possible paths. Any more than this? इससे ज़्यादा कोई भी पाथ आएगा? देख लीजिए डायग्राम में. और इस सब पाथ के ड्यूरेशन अभी ढूंढ निकालिए. ड्यूरेशन क्या आएंगे? So this will be our critical path and maximum duration is 38 hours. अभी इसके बाद क्वेश्चन 7 उसकी प्रैक्टिस कीजिएगा घर पे, क्वेश्चन 7 and 8। थैंक यू।